What is up? Welcome back to the channel. We're back again with a bit of a special one for me, I guess. This has been quite the challenge, I guess, for me, if you will. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's another John Cena video. It's part of the collection. It's part of the hunt for John Cena. And I'm sure you've probably noticed we've really cooled off. I was pumping those John Cena videos out. It seemed like, once a week at least, if not more. And I was really getting a lot of Johns in at a time. And I still have some that I haven't shown you yet that I've gotten in over the last couple of weeks. But I really slowed down and I stopped getting into, or stopped buying John Cena's as much. I was looking for other stuff, doing other things, because this figure, and which one are we talking about here? Let me just show you so we get that out of the way. But this is the John Cena, the You Can't See Me clear. This is the collector's edition that just came out. But this is the see-through one. The packaging, he's not there. He's not there on the back. It's just his shirt and, his gear and whatnot. But there he is there. So we'll pop this bad boy open and look at it as well here. But there's the collector's edition. This is coming out right now, and it's been hitting Walmarts for like a couple weeks now, where people have been finding the shipper and stuff with this on there. But it hasn't been easy to find. The shippers, there's like, I think 2 of these in like the big shipper that's in like the middle of the aisle at Walmart. 2 of these are on there, and most of them are getting picked up like as soon as the shipper gets put out. And then there's a smaller shipper that was like for some of the smaller Walmarts that just went on like one of the end cap sides. And people were saying there was only 1 of these in that shipper. And then sometimes the shippers didn't have any of them in it, depending on what Mattel stocked in that shipper and what have you. So sometimes you wouldn't find any of these John Cena's in either shipper, just depending on what Mattel put in the shippers and stuff when they sent them out. But, so the story with this one that kind of halted my John Cena collecting, if you will, is this has been announced, and I should say announced, it was leaked a long time ago that this was coming out. I don't know exactly when. It had to have been like around the beginning of the year, so I want to say it's been a while, because it was leaked, and then Mattel actually announced it. I want to say they actually like officially announced it maybe at WrestleMania time, and then shortly after that Walmart put it up for pre-order and whatnot. This is a Walmart exclusive. So this, I can't remember what, is it Series 118 Elites maybe? Or Series 119, something like that, that this figure will come in the cases of with. And only the cases that go to Walmart will have this figure. So you can still get Series 119 or whatever at your Targets and your other stores. Those cases just won't have the John Cena figure in it that you could potentially pull or whatever. And again, some Walmarts will get the non-John Cena cases as well. So you could go to your Walmart and find a fresh case of 118, I want to say this is in, and not find a John Cena as well. It really just depends on what Mattel ships out. But anyway, so we've known about this figure for a long time. This has been one that I've wanted for a long time. This was a figure that I knew, especially once we started doing the John Cena collecting, that I really, really wanted to get my hands on. I loved this figure that I've already shown in another video. This is a basic that they did of the You Can't See Me one, but his clothes and everything are still in color, where they switched it up now and he's completely see-through. Everything is, there's nothing of color in here really at all. So I've known this was coming for a long time. I really, really wanted to get this figure, and I wanted to have it as part of this John Cena collection, but it's been really, really tough for me to secure one of these. I'm in a lot of wrestling figure, groups and stuff on Facebook, and I saw the shippers start hitting, and I could not find a shipper. I could not find this figure. I was trying to go to Walmart as much as I could. Obviously I still have a job and kids and everything, so like, it's not like I'm there every day at 6 a.m. or whatever checking this kind of stuff. So yes, obviously I'm not trying to make excuses. I could have done better. I could have hunted better. There's always things you could do better. I get that. But with the time I had and the ability I had to get to Walmart and stuff, I could not find these. I found one shipper relatively early on, I would say, and the shipper starting to come out, and it had been completely picked over. There wasn't even any of like the Monday Night War Elites and stuff left, because I'd love to get one of the Great Muta ones when he's got the NWO face paint, but that's besides the point. I couldn't find them to save my life. Every time I would get to a Walmart and find a new shipper, this would be gone, or the shipper would basically be completely, wrecked, where they had been just, everything had been ransacked and purchased. I had some other people looking for me at their Walmarts close to them. The Walmarts either never got the shipper, or by the time they got there as well, the shipper had been picked clean. So it was a struggle for me to get this. And in that time, I pretty much just gave up on John Cena's. I just was defeated about this figure for some reason. So I haven't really looked to get more John Cena's. I haven't been hunting for John Cena's really because this figure was eluding me so bad. Now, I could have went on eBay and paid $50 plus for it and had it weeks ago, months ago probably. But that's not the fun of it. Now, a lot of these John Cena's, yes, we have to go on eBay because they're not in stores anymore. That's fine. But something brand new coming out, I want to find it in a store. You know what I mean? That's part of collecting. That's a big part of collecting, is going into the store and being so excited to find this. Now, I will tell you this. I still have yet to ever see this figure in Walmart. They did put these on Fanatics, the Fanatics website. So I have 2. I was able to purchase 2. I really, really wanted to keep one mint on card, because if for whatever reason I ever am able to meet John Cena, this is the one I want him to sign, or this figure is the one I want him to sign. As of now, with what has come out, this is the one. If something cooler comes out, then that can always change. But I really want to get this figure signed if I'm ever able to meet John Cena, which seems unlikely because of his prices are astronomical. So it seems unlikely, but I'm proud to have a mint on card one that will stay in my collection. And but they put these on Fanatics. Fanatics, I don't know if Fanatics is like just partnered with WWE, or if there's some type of ownership there with the TKO group that now owns WWE, or what. But Fanatics is basically where WWE shop is now. I mean, you can still get stuff from WWE, but most of the stuff you can get on Fanatics and everything too. So that is where I found these for their retail. Their retail is a little bit more expensive than most places, just because it's their product. They can kind of make it what they want. So it was a little bit more expensive than if I'd have found it in a Walmart. I still do want to find this in a Walmart. If I did find it in a Walmart, I would probably buy another one, to be honest, just because I love this figure so much. But I did get these on Fanatics website, and I didn't have to pay inflated prices or anything like that. So, but I feel like I've finally gotten over that hurdle. Like, this was the block, you know what I mean? Like, there's always one figure that it's like, man, I don't feel like I could complete the set if I don't find that one figure. And there was never a question of if I could find this, because like I said, I could have paid the inflated prices on eBay, but I don't want to do that for brand new things that are coming out. He has so many figures that have been announced this year because of it being his last year that, like, I don't want to pay over retail. I want to be able to order it from, whoever the retailer is, or if I have to, Fanatics. Because Fanatics doesn't have to deal with exclusives. They get everything that Mattel sells, basically, because it's WWE's shop, if you will. So, like, even though this is a Walmart exclusive, Fanatics had it because they have everything WWE. Mattel Creations will sometimes have exclusive like this too that you can get from them. But, man, rambling a long time about this and kind of the story behind it, so I apologize there. But this figure just really hit me in the feels for some reason. I've wanted this figure since I saw those leaked images. I've been super excited about it. So that's why there was a little bit of a backstory. That's why this is the only John Cena figure that will be part of this John Cena hunt today. Because I've already went on for 10 minutes and we haven't even opened it yet. So, but that is the You Can't See Me cleared John Cena. I was very, very excited about this. And then kind of this more of the story as I open it and stuff. So this is a Walmart exclusive, like I said. And the biggest disappointment too with this was when, so I like I said, it was leaked a long time ago, probably around the beginning of the year, and I think Mattel officially announced it around WrestleMania time. I don't know if it was actually at WrestleMania or if it was just around that time that they announced it, but they announced that it was a real thing around that WrestleMania time, and shortly after that is when Walmart put it up for pre-order on their website with it being a Walmart exclusive. And I missed it. I can't remember what I was doing. I feel like I was probably working. And at my job, it's hard to be on your phone, if at all, when you're actually working because of what I do. So if stuff like that drops when I'm working, it a lot of times will sell out before I'm able to see it, just because I'm not getting on, you know, Facebook or whatever to see things are live, or I'm not, you know, hunting down Amazon every 2 seconds, that kind of stuff. But either way, it went live and the pre-order sold out right away. So I did check on Walmart every once in a while. I would do, you know, the hunting around and seeing what I could find when it came to that kind of stuff. But it never, as far as I know, it never went back in stock after that original pre-order. And anybody who collects figures of any kind, not just wrestling, any type of figures, will know that Walmart is literally the worst when it comes to pre-orders. I don't understand why companies still deal with Walmart. I mean, I do, because they're one of the biggest retailers in the country, if not the world, and they do so much money. Let me grab his hat that fell, because I don't want to kick that right under my foot. I couldn't see it because it was clear. So when I stepped on it is when I found it. So yes, Walmart is literally the worst when it comes to pre-orders. Most of the time, I don't know that I've pre-ordered something and actually got the item from them yet, because they just cancel. They cancel so many orders. You put your pre-order in, and it's like they don't count how many they have for pre-orders. I don't understand what they're doing. I just don't understand. And so a ton of people got their pre-order canceled anyways. So had I even been able to pre-order it back when it went live, who knows if I would have even gotten it. I doubt it highly, but I missed that pre-order window. So the next chance to start getting it was when it was coming out in these shippers, and I already told you that I just did not have any luck with those shippers. So that was pretty disappointing. I still hope to see one in store. I feel like this figure isn't as rare maybe as it seems like it would be, because it's kind of a weirder figure. But I feel like it'll start hitting a little bit more, and we'll see it more often out in the wild. But happy to have them in my collection, happy to have them here to show you guys. I really, really dig this. This is really, really cool. I like how, as a toy fan and a toy collector, it's gonna be hard to see on camera really, I guess, but I like how you can see all the parts and the rivets and everything inside. Like, you can see how the pins in his elbow, like, they're a different color and everything, because it's the different parts, and like, it's really, really cool. It's really well done. Obviously, playability wise, it's kind of weird. I mean, you can use your imagination, obviously, but there's so many other John Cenas you can get to play with that I mean, this is obviously, it's literally called a collector's edition, so it's made for collectors. I get that, but obviously we like to talk about playability and whatnot. He comes with the kind of the, you know, high five type hands, so you can do the salute and all that kind of stuff, or you can do the you can't see me. But then he also has the C-grip hands or whatever, so he could hold like a microphone if you want him to, or, you know, he has one of each hand, left and right. He could hold the chair or whatever you want him to hold. He does have 3 heads. The one that comes on him is kind of like the smiling head. It's very hard to see because of the clearness, but it's kind of like a, you know, a smiling type of head like that, you know, not to be creepy looking. And then he has like a straight faced head that comes on it, so he's a little more, you know, I don't know, grimacing, if you will, but it's not really like a scary straight face, just like a kind of like a relaxed face, if you will. Like, he's just standing there like this. This is what it kind of looks like. And then the last one is him yelling. It's the yelling face. So pretty cool there. And then it has the chain, the dog tag chain, and then the hat that I lost that you saw earlier in the video also come on the figures. And then I guess technically, I think these armbands are removable too. He has the armbands on there. I suppose you could remove those if you wanted. So those are kind of added accessories. But yeah, there's the hat and there's the dog tags too. I still have that rubber band around it so the dog tags don't go flying. I'll probably leave that there just so the dog tags don't fall off and I potentially lose them or anything. I've been doing that a lot more with some of the figures when I open them, is leaving that like clear rubber band on, especially on this one, because you can barely notice because of the color of his body. But like for hats and things like that, I'll leave those on sometimes just so that they don't go flying or whatever if I'm moving stuff around out here or anything. But yes, this is the You Can't See Me Clear John Cena Collector's Edition. As I did state, I did purchase 2 of these from Fanatics, so this one I do hope to keep mint on card. I wouldn't say this is like the mintiest of packaging. It was definitely the better of the 2 that I got. It's not perfect by any means, but if I don't find another one, I'm definitely satisfied with this one. If I do find another one, hopefully it's a better one than this. If not, I'll probably open another one just to have more heads to play with and stuff like that, because this is one of my favorite figures. If you guys have been with me for a while, from the beginning of the channel, when I did some of those, like my favorite toys of all time kind of thing, or whatever I called that video. I can't remember what I called it, but it was like the special toys to me. If I were to get another one, that's where this one would go, with those special figures. That extra one. This one will go with the John Cena collection that we've been trying to fill out from Mattel. If I were to get another one, that extra one would go with that kind of special toys that I would never sell kind of thing. Just because I've been so excited for this figure. It's got such a annoying story with me not being able to find it yet in a store, and then finally just buying it on Fanatics, which feels kind of cheap to me, but it is what it is. I'm glad I have it in my collection. I'm glad to be able to take it off that list for the John Cena Mattels that I need. I don't think this one was on the original list when I made it. I don't know if it hadn't been announced yet or if it hadn't been added to the wrestling figure database website that I use. So this one wasn't part of that original, what was it, 211, I think, John Cena's that there were at the time that had been put on the wrestling figure database website. So I don't believe this is part of that original 211. This will have to get added into the list, and I'll probably add it in and then immediately cross it off. But yeah, so this essentially would be like 212, if you will, from that standpoint. But yeah, I've talked about this figure a lot. I don't know why, it just really captured me and really was something that I fell in love with, but definitely proud to have this in my collection. Extremely happy to have 2, 1 mint on card, 1 not mint on card. He's got a lot of stuff coming up, so we're going to start kind of cranking out these John Cenas. Like I said, I got to catch up on the stuff that I have actually purchased over the last maybe month or so, plus that it's been since I did the last John Cena update. I can't remember how many I have now, but we'll get another video soon with that. This one will now also be added to the John Cena collection, but other than that, we're going to keep cranking these out, and I will see you in the next one.